You want to see the good parts? It's the arms.
Ooh, why are you wearing a muscle shirt?
Because I look at my arms now when I'm working out.
Do you have a mirror then?
No, I have a muscle shirt and a neck that... Ooh, did you poop?
No, you broke it off the chair.
Did I do that? I broke your chair.
When you sat down, I saw it flip on the floor.
Flip on the floor. Say that 5 times fast, please.
Nope.
That 5 times fast, please. I did it.
Oh, that's what you meant.
We ready to start? We've had Sam admiring Al's muscles and then Al breaking the chair as he sat down.
I was not admiring his muscles.
Hold on a sec. Coffee break. You cut our thing at the beginning sometimes before the intro. We're still recording.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if we picked up what you just said because you're standing up like 3 feet from your mic.
I like where you stop it before our intro.
It's a creative choice. I'm trying to make our podcast have a voice of its own.
Well, like that last one was right at where I said, no, he's just trying to pick you up. And then boom.
Yes.
Thought that was pretty good.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it immensely.
I may have zoned out because I have no idea what you two are talking about right now.
The last episode of our podcast that you were involved in but clearly haven't listened to. You listened to the beginning of it. You heard what we were talking about. Because we were sitting here at one point and you started playing the last episode of our podcast on your phone.
Yeah, what were we talking about?
I don't know. Probably
then you clearly didn't listen to it either.
I was listening to our podcast. I wasn't listening to you.
Oh, okay.
So who are we? And what are we doing here?
Who is anybody and why is anybody here?
Our voice, I don't know. Do you think our voice is going to hold out? Because we just spent an hour and a half, Al and I, recording the other podcast we do. So
yeah, thanks for the invite on that one.
You're welcome.
How much do you know about Star Trek?
I know names.
Because names is the one thing I couldn't get straight. I couldn't remember any of the names.
Yeah. Well, let me check the battery.
On your voice?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Just drink some more coffee.
You'll be fine.
Hey, now.
So what is this, though? This is Mere Casuals.
Hey.
A World of Warcraft podcast.
EW.
What? We're not a wrestling anything. We don't wrestle.
You can do your own podcast by yourself about wrestling.
I can't. That's already taken.
Oh, yeah, because you're only allowed one.
So how many World of Warcraft podcasts is there?
8.
And then how many Star Trek podcasts is there?
18.
I didn't come prepared with those numbers. I'm sorry.
And now you can't have another wrestling one?
Well, I can't call it, hey, EW. That's taken.
Then think of a different name.
For a podcast?
Well, because it's about EW, so they called it Hey EW, and it's a fine Canadian that made it up, by the way. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he sounds fine.
RJ City. That's got to be a real name.
I don't know. I doubt it. Anyways, welcome to Mere Casuals. I've already said this. A World of Warcraft podcast, because I'm trying to get our introductions in. I'm Willriker / Josh.
I'm Alan Okona.
Oh, you left a space for the / this time.
I'm Sam / Rolaren.
I need to make you a sound effect.
Why?
I don't know.
What kind?
I don't know.
An arrow sound.
Yeah, because that goes.
That's a whip.
With
that did not sound like.
That sounded like a whip. You want a cracking whip to be your sound effect?
That was supposed to be an arrow shooting.
Well, you know it's going to be a whip sound now.
That's going to be a completely different podcast. So, Sam, tell us about your BDSM fetishes.
You were the one reading my books.
That was for a prop.
It was a sight gag.
Although,
honestly, in the book, as I was reading some of it, it really taught me about other gags as well.
Nipple clamps.
No, I can't do that. I had my nipples bit once.
Do you have any?
Once. And watch bumping these things, by the way.
At me? I'm not even the one saying that. So let's start talking about World of Warcraft. Do we want to do the news first?
Do we have news? Oh, love is in the air.
Well, that's
started today.
Hold on.
Started today.
Stop. Wait a second.
Starts
Pause.
at 4.
Stop it.
I didn't say
Pause.
anything.
Stop it. Pause for news intro.
Oh, God.
It's time for the news.
We have to do it.
Every time.
It's tradition at this point. Okay, so the news intro has now played. So there is news. You talk about the thing you just said.
No, you shushed me. You talk.
I know, because I wanted you to wait. Now I want you to talk.
Love is in the Air starts today. Al said something about at 4. I don't know what that means.
Well, it starts at 1, whatever time zone they're in, so that'll be 4 o'clock for us.
Oh, okay.
So 4
Did you
o'clock
just
today.
turn me up?
No, I turned you down.
Oh.
So Love in the Air starts today. Love is in the Air. So that's news. It's finally on the WoW in-game calendar. It wasn't last week when I was looking, so I was super confused. I was like, is this a real thing? Why is it not on the calendar?
Yeah. Starting earlier than I thought it would,
It
actually.
overlaps with Lunar Festival because hopefully we still have like 4 days of Lunar Festival left.
Yeah,
No,
I
that
wanted to
ended
finish
already.
that. It ended?
It
No, I'm
didn't
just
end.
kidding.
It ends on the 10th, I'm pretty
I
sure.
wanted to finish it yesterday, and then we all got sidetracked, and Al finished his, and we didn't finish ours.
Well,
I
we
wanted
just
to
have
finish
go-
it before Love in the Air
here's
started.
one thing. I was looking through the ones that we have left to pick up, and we need one in Scholomance. Is that something you can let us into with your
Yes.
lockpicking, or do we need to go get the keys? Because we don't have keys to Scholomance.
Oh, yeah, I remember the one in Coleman. No, I can get you in.
So it's a door you can unlock and we can walk through?
Yep, I've been in there. Or you can spend 10 gold and get the key, but no, I can get you in
Yeah,
there.
but you also have to like travel down to Gadgetzan, and I don't want to be involved in all that.
Yeah, that's hard with the...
I mean, sure, it's an achievement, part of an achievement to get the key, but
yeah,
Well,
well,
then I
okay,
want the
so we
key.
do need the key eventually.
yeah.
But traveling down to Gadget is not as hard as I make it.
Yeah, because you can just technically just portal. So, Love is in the Air is in the air now.
Yes.
Yes, just yes.
I was going to say something, but it wasn't relevant, and then I don't know what I was going to say.
You don't remember what you were going to say that wasn't relevant?
Yeah. Well, no, I remember what wasn't relevant, but
But we should probably finish the Lunar Festival stuff. But we'll talk about achievements in a bit. So there's some more news. So other news. Oh shoot, what was the news?
you're supposed to write it down.
No, I had it in my head. I had two important news items that were in my head. Oh, I remember. Okay, so Alduar news. The XT-002 boss, the hard mode in 25-man that was impossible and nobody had defeated, has been nerfed by like 26 million health or something like that. So they're saying it is now one of the easier hard modes. So maybe one day our guild will be able to do it. Our guild has not completed any 25-man hard modes yet. We did some on our 10-man, but we haven't. Our 25-man group is incomplete. We don't have a full 25 within the guild yet, and we need some more gear and all that stuff. So that is one news item. News item number 2. So news item number 1 about the hard mode nerf applies only kind of peripherally to us because we aren't doing hard modes. So that peripherally applies to us. The next news item specifically applies to us because Ret Paladin is getting a buff.
That's not where I thought you were going with that.
Where did you
Yay.
think I was going?
Thought we were going to talk about something else. Continue.
So Ret Paladin's getting a buff. So I say my because out of the three of us, I'm the only Ret Paladin. So my Hand of Reckoning ability, that is my taunt, that also does some damage, you can get a glyph for it now. So it doesn't do the taunt, it just does the damage. So you can put it in your DPS rotation when you're doing damage. So, and it's also not on the global cooldown, and it has the same cooldown as my Judgment. So I can just macro it in with my Judgment, and basically I get double Judgments now. So it's like a bonus, like 3,000 or 4,000 damage every time I hit my Judgment every 8 seconds, which is, you're just kind of nodding your head.
When does that start?
Probably tomorrow with patch.
Okay.
It's funny because we were raiding on Sunday, and the other hunter in our guild, we were doing Razor Scale, and I was like up there on the damage meter. I was ahead of him on the damage meter, and he's like, "Oh, Will, how you liking that Paladin buff? I see you're doing all the extra damage." And I was like, "They haven't put the buff in yet."
Did you say that to him?
Yes. And he's like, "Oh, well, I guess I should just step it up then, eh?" And I was like, "Yeah, maybe." So that's the one buff, the Hand of Reckoning. They also changed the Seal of Corruption, the single target seal that I would use if we were doing like a boss fight, like just a single boss. They changed it so now it applies off of Divine Strike, which is like a cleave ability, and it applies. So it can apply to multiple mobs at once. So if we're doing a fight like Memron or something, where I'm hitting multiple targets with my Divine Storm, I can apply the stacking dot that I get off of my Seal of Corruption with that.
I don't know how a paladin works, so I'm just nodding along with this.
Yeah, I know. Why am I so quiet? Is that better? I'm also looking away. Yeah, I think that's better. So that's the news I had. Does anyone else have any other news?
I don't have any news per se, unless my weapon counts. I got an old drawer drop.
That's exciting.
Yeah, so I now have
Are you feeling
Murder and
remorseful
Misery.
about it? Oh, no, you got Misery. Never mind.
Murder and Misery. I don't want to change my weapons because of that, but I do need I need to get Murder out of there, but just to be a rogue that has Murder and Misery, I think is a story in and amongst itself.
Is Misery like the slow main hand or the fast offhand?
Yes.
And Murder is your fast offhand?
Yes.
Okay.
So just for clarification for those that are not watching me nod, yes.
Well, you nodded.
Misery
and said yes.
Misery is the slow main hand weapon.
But
It's not a main hand weapon, but I have it in my main hand.
You started saying something. I thought you had something.
He just repeated himself twice. It's okay.
Well, I said two different things, and he said yes to both of them.
Oh. Is it wrong that I always understand what he's saying? Because he does that a lot.
Yeah.
You don't always understand
No,
what he's
that I
saying?
do. When he does stuff like that,
Oh, okay. No? I mean, you're supposed to understand what he's saying, aren't you?
I don't know.
No, when you ask me two questions, which both will have a yes or no, and I just say blanket yes, and she understands where I'm going from there.
Okay.
I mean,
confused
you
now.
might because I was nodding at his first part. So
Maybe that's why.
But
No,
no,
okay.
generally you shouldn't. You should be looking at me and going, oh, again.
Oh.
Well, we usually do that.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the news.
And here's the weather.
Oh, the weather's been bad.
warm
this
out
past
today.
week.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
But
Oh, man. It's
what's so delightful? I don't know the song. But
Oh,
what
the
is?
weather outside
No.
is frightful.
No.
But
No.
what is delightful? I'm just trying to remember the lyrics to the song. But yeah, so we had like the weather here. It was minus 30 on Friday, and it's supposed to be plus 6 tomorrow.
And rain.
So that's a swing of like 35 degrees in like 4 days. It's gotten weird.
Well, Canada.
Welcome to Canada.
So that's the weather. So pause for news outro.
And that, as they call it, was the news.
Do we actually have one of those?
Yeah, we made one the other day.
Oh.
It's Al stacking papers and saying that was the news or something like that.
I should redo the stacking papers and not bounce them, but actually just ruffle the papers.
You could. I wanted you to re-record your news intro and outro with our new microphones, but
I
you
don't want to do the intro.
you were aggressively against it
I like the intro as it is. The outro I can change.
because you can't crack your voice on command.
I didn't even do it on command there. I wouldn't do it on command.
So we did news. So what? Let's just have like a. What have we been up to? We've been doing achievements and
We
stuff.
killed Omen with 4 people.
Oh yeah, the Omen fight was fine.
That video is up on YouTube. Mere Casuals. Go take a look at it. You can also join our Discord. There's a link off of the YouTube as well. You failed to mention the Discord at the beginning, so I'll mention that.
I failed to mention at the beginning of every episode. I think I've mentioned the Discord on like 3 of our 14 episodes.
There you go.
But I did add the Discord link into our, I think, podcast description. I think it's there.
Did notice that.
It's also on Facebook.
It's on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. And we have like a whole person in our Discord that we talk to a lot. It's
Okay,
fun.
well, we have 3 people other than us in it,
The other
and
2
one we
don't
talk
understand
about talk to regularly.
Yes. We like talking to people in Discord. It's fun.
Yeah, I have a 4th one coming eventually, but I don't think he's there yet, so I won't give him a shout out until he actually joins.
Oh, that sounds like an ultimatum there.
Well, if he doesn't listen to this, it's not a very good ultimatum, but we'll get him.
So how did the Omen fight go, Sam?
We died a whole bunch of times,
At
and
the
then we
start.
figured out how to do it.
And what did we do? What's the word for what we were doing?
Kited it around.
We did kite it around.
Yeah, we knew what to do.
I stayed out of the way, and I just shot at it.
Did we at first?
There just wasn't. Well, I didn't see the starfall at first because it's very. Because
it's
his
like a-
starfall, it like drops here, drops there, and I was basically in the boss.
It's like almost like a rain that he does.
Yeah, but I couldn't see it, so I'm going. And only Sam was getting hit at first. So I was like, okay, maybe me being inside the boss is a good thing. But as soon as Sam died, then all of a sudden I was getting the rain.
Yeah.
And
Once
and
I
I-
figured out how to avoid it,
Yeah.
I was good.
so the fact that I was hitting you first, I didn't see it. I didn't know what was hitting you. And then when I looked at what was damaging me, and I checked the what happened to me thing, it's you got hit by rain, starfall, or you got hit by starfall, not rain. And I was like, oh, starfall. I didn't see any kind of area effect thing going off. Yeah. But when I started hitting him from the side instead of like going on the inside, because we were kiting him at first.
We didn't. The first couple tries, we didn't kite him at all.
No. After once I saw that I was getting hit by starfall, I said we need to kite this guy. And once we kited him, we still got hit a couple times. But once we had another,
we were still getting hit from time to time.
Yeah, but we were walking out of it.
But yeah, because what we ended up doing was, first thing, because we fought him a couple times and we died, but we noticed. Ooh, I was facing away from the mic. That's not good. We fought him a couple times and we died, but we noticed that when we were wiping on him, his health wasn't resetting. So we were like, let's just keep going at him, and eventually we'll get him down, because he has 5.6 million health, which is a lot of health. Like, that's like raid mob.
I feel like we should have been able to do it.
Should have?
We should not have been able to do it.
Probably
with
not.
four
I mean,
people.
it's supposed to be, and especially without a healer.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like a raid encounter, so like a couple groups at least, right? But we ended up just kind of, because I think he drops the starfall like on an area of the ground, so it doesn't follow him. So I just started tanking him and was backing him back and forth up and down the beach while you guys followed, and it kept us out of his starfall well enough. Did you guys die once or twice during the process?
After we figured out what we were doing, I didn't die.
You didn't? Okay.
I died a couple times
Just a couple,
because I was
you were
right in there with you.
Like, I was able to, because he doesn't actually hit for a whole lot melee, so I was able to easily tank his melee damage just with my self heals as prot. And as long as I didn't linger in his starfall, then I wasn't dying. So we had the three of us, and we were just kind of kiting him around. It took a while. Like, how long was the video? How long did it take?
It was about 20 minutes.
Yeah, it took us about 20 minutes of kiting him up and down the beach. We did have a ret paladin, because we did initially, when we tried to kill him and failed the first time, I was like, oh, well, we might as well try and find and put a raid together for this.
Yeah. No one in guild wanted to do it.
No one in guild wanted to do it. We had one person respond from the LFG channel, a ret paladin with some gear, who did an amount of DPS,
but threw in some heals.
Threw in some heals. So he helped. So the four of us, and there was also an out of group hunter that was kind of from time
off
to time.
and on. Like, I saw him like once in a while.
He'd show up and fire a few shots and see how far we had to go still, and he'd wander off again. Like, I think he was just trying to wait for us to kill it and come back and get the buff.
Yeah. I had to wander out of combat as well. A couple times I'd have to vanish to get out of combat just to eat and get my health up.
Yeah.
And then Josh would bring him over to you.
Yeah.
Well, I had, because you complained. You're like, every time I eat, you pull me over. You pull him over me.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I have a set path that I'm doing
I
here.
did disclaimers as, yes, I'm not asking you to change what you're doing. What you're doing is fine. I'm just complaining out loud.
Yeah, but we downed him after a long time, which I thought was kind of impressive, because that's a lot of health on a mob to kill very slowly.
Yeah.
But once we had our pattern going,
you can see
it was pretty good.
96% of that fight on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, did you not start recording right away?
I didn't start right away. I got after the first wipe when we noticed his health was not going up very fast, because it was changing.
Was it slowly regenning?
I think it was
probably just because most mobs, when you disengage combat, they instantly heal. He did not. So that was nice. We were able to do it, and we got the achievement for that. And it was a pain in the butt to get him to spawn.
Yes.
Because we were shooting off fireworks and running around killing wolves. I feel like it took like a good 20 minutes to get him to spawn even before we finally figured it out. But we got it. So we just have... Oh, and we did some of the Elder achievements together. We did all the dungeon ones. So there's a handful... Well, yeah, but we did the handful of Northrend dungeons that we went in, and we were able to 3-man into those because we just did them on normal mode, which was okay, but I felt like more fun was going back and doing Blackrock Spire, and mostly Blackrock Spire, because we ended up doing upper and lower Blackrock Spire, so that was fun. And
we tried to do up.
We just kind of ran in
to do the mount.
Do up.
Up. UP.
Oh yeah, we tried to do it on heroic at first to do the mount, but it just wasn't working.
We got to the mount boss.
We got to the mount boss, yeah, but going down that hallway, we were killing too slow and taking too much damage going down the hallway, and we were having such a hard time getting harpoons to shoot the boss down. Like, they weren't dropping harpoons for us. Like, I think it took us, the one time we tried, it took us 5 or 6 waves of mobs coming out of that door before we got enough harpoons to even shoot the boss down. It was really weird because usually you can get it on the first pass normally.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what was going on with that, but maybe less drop because there was less of it in a group. I don't know. But we got some achievements for dungeons completed too.
Yeah. Blackrock Spire being one of them.
And Maradune.
We did
Stormwind
Strathome. We
one?
did another
Oh, we did
Mount
do
run to
Strathome. I forgot about Strathome. Mount didn't drop.
No.
I went on last night. I was doing Elders, right? And because our raid ended early.
Wait,
Which-
did you do Elders without me?
The ones that you said you had done.
Okay.
I just went and got, I finished like the Loch Modan area and that. You said you'd already done that.
No.
No?
They're easy to get. We can all go back and do them even if we've already done
I said
them.
I
But I went down to
explored.
Stranglethorn and I was like, oh, there's one just outside ZG, so I'll go get the one just outside ZG. And I was like, I'm right outside ZG. ZG resets this morning, so it's already reset since I did it. So I went
Did you
in
get the
and-
mount?
No, I didn't get the mount. I killed the mount bosses, but the mount didn't drop.
Okay.
So I found out I can solo the ZG mount bosses, so I don't need either of you anymore.
Yeah, I got a taste of that last night.
It didn't. Oh, what are you talking about?
So
what?
After a day of telling you, I want to do some dungeon runs with you, and we got the daily heroic, and I said, okay, Josh, let's go do the daily heroic. Oh, I'm going with the guild.
Well,
The guild asked. You could have gone with them.
You were there.
I was waiting to join up because you guys weren't on yet, and we were talking about doing it. I was waiting for you guys to come on. So
I
asked
was
you.
fishing in Iron Forge,
So
and
here's-
someone
it was
asked
before
in
that.
Discord.
Here's what happened. Okay, so this is before the raid. We've got an hour or so before the raid. Also, I have another character that I can do it with you. So before the raid, someone in Discord is like, does anyone want to do the daily heroic, or does anyone need the daily heroic before raid? And I was like, I need it. And you were online, and they were like, does anyone else need it? And I'm waiting for you to say something. And they're like, we need one more DPS and one heal. Does anyone want in? And you didn't say anything, so I was like, okay. Maybe
Next
he's
time
not
you
here.
say something.
Yeah, I was AFK out of the game. So you're gonna message me? I was.
But we ended up having to take a pug because no DPS from the guild wanted to go.
I was AFK. I was getting stuff ready for today. I was going through the next event, breaking it down.
The love is in the air.
Yeah. So I was getting stuff ready for the podcast. So I thought since we talked about it, you might have shot me a message, but no.
Well, I mean that's the thing, though. I could still do it with you. I have 2 level 70, 80. What's the level? I have 2 level 80 characters.
That's
If I do it with
fine.
one,
I
I still
see
have the
that
other
I
one
need
there.
a different mere casual friend.
I can't do anything in game. Every time I do something, you're like, "Well, why wasn't I there?" Well, I don't know.
That's not true.
I'm online more than you.
That's not true.
I saw the look on both of your faces when I was like, "Oh, I popped into ZG last night." You were both in bed.
You could not have seen the look on my face because I was like this.
That's the look on your face. When
No.
I said we were 10 hours for they reset at 10 o'clock this morning, and I was like, I'll just pop in and I'll get the kills real quick because you are both in bed.
Okay, so you know I never give you a hard time.
You always give me a hard time.
Seriously, I never give you a hard time. But this
I get
one
nothing- I
time
get
I said
nothing but a hard
I want to do the dungeon with you.
Mm-hmm.
This one time I said that. But beforehand, I don't care that you went into ZG and did the Mount Run. We probably won't have a chance before reset, and we didn't. You had
We
a
wouldn't
chance
have
to
had a
do
chance
it.
before reset.
I don't care,
I don't like wasting the resets.
but I want some of those emblems for my hat.
Emblems for your hat. What emblems?
Yeah, I need to get.
Oh, the
I need
Conquest ones?
heroism or
No,
whatever it
Conquest.
is.
Then you get those from.
Oh
doing-
yeah, and the star. That's what I had.
The star?
So I need Conquest for the hat and the Mirror of Truth.
Oh, right. That's heroism for those. Well, I mean, you can turn the Valor into heroism.
Yes.
And you could still get, I don't know if you're done all the quests in Ice Crown, you can still get the heroism from those too.
Ooh, I should check.
But
Ice
you get
Crown
those
sucks.
you get the Conquest.
Ice Crown does not suck.
Ice Crown's a nice zone.
I
But you get the Conquest from going to raids and doing the raid bosses, which everyone that went to raid last night got like another 8.
I got really tired. So
I even just in the off chance that you had fallen asleep or something, I even messaged you and were like, "Are you coming to raid?"
and I responded.
I know. But so I reached out, and I was like, "I
Not for
thought,
the dungeon.
Well, I did.
we
said
thought you
in
were
guild-
online. It said you were
you
on.
were online,
Yeah.
Usually when you're online and you don't respond, it's because you don't want to.
No, I'll always respond to you guys.
Well, but we were talking in guild.
No, I was just, like I said, I was going through the Fool for Love stuff, but I had it online because I was also waiting for a threat from above.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if you did that. Are you
want
even
it.
ready for a threat from above?
I haven't done the lead up quest yet because every time I log on, there's something I have to do.
Yes, threat from above.
Yes, but that's such a low priority.
It's 2, whatever those are. The
champion seals.
Yeah, it's 2 champion seals a day.
I know.
Possibly 3.
And I haven't done it in like 3 days because there's no one who'll do it with me.
Well, you should do it every day. There's always people looking for it.
I don't know how to do the looking for group thing.
If someone's like, I need more for Chilma, you just click on their name and message them and say, I need Chilma.
I never go into looking for group. I just go out and look for group.
Yeah.
They're there.
I don't even know where it is. I haven't done it yet.
You've done it before.
When you have the quest in your
long time
log,
ago, I don't
Questy will
remember.
show you where it is.
I don't have the quest
It's
in my
to
log.
the
I haven't
east of the
started
tournament
chain yet.
grounds, just a little bit southwest of our flight path on the other side. I can't remember what that camp is called. The one that gives you the dailies to fight the Vrykul.
Hold?
Yes.
The Shadow Vault?
Shadow Vault.
Okay.
But it's just, you know where that little area is with the mining and all the little skeletons down in there?
Yeah.
It's just above that area.
Oh, okay.
And then you can head directly south from there and get the converted heroes.
Oh, okay. I think I know the area. Those converted heroes are fun to kill.
They are.
'Cause they're
And
in packs.
Chilma, I've been waiting for Chilma. Chilma's was one of my funner things. As a shaman, I was soloing him.
See, I didn't remember Chilma.
Yeah.
I still don't remember. Is he like a drake?
Skeleton.
He's a flying
Like a skeletal drake thing?
skeletal proto drake.
Can he drop the thing for the jewel crafting daily?
No.
No.
But he does drop cultists that bomb the heck out of you.
Oh yeah. Speaking of dailies, I did the fishing daily yesterday, and I got one of the fancy lock boxes, and the rogue that I gave it to unlock looted the box on me.
What a jackass.
No. Luckily, he gave me all the things.
I'm sorry. It was an instinct for me to open the box.
It was just
And you're
funny.
like, why did you do that? And I'm like, I'm sorry.
But I've been doing that. I've been doing that on both of my level 80s, trying to get more of those epic gems. Because I guess can you get them from the icy prisms?
I don't know.
Because I've done the I've started doing the icy prisms every day again.
That would require some frozen orbs, and I never do dungeons.
Oh, I still have some left, but you can buy them with badges. You can buy them from the auction house.
I got like
probably
5
need
of
the
them
badges.
sitting in my bag if you want them.
Yeah. But of course, when I do dungeons, and like you said, you have 5 of them
Do-do.
sitting in your bag. When I do dungeons,
Sam wins them.
Sam wins them.
I only win frozen orbs if Sam's not in the group. So thanks a lot, Sam.
I just roll. I don't do anything specific.
That's how you roll.
So I've been having fun finding ways to make money, and there's some like old school patterns. You'd be surprised how much they sell for.
I wouldn't, because you've already told me.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about the greater you of people listening.
You were looking at the lesser you of me.
Is Al the lesser me?
No, I'm the lesser you
So the lesser me
of me.
Of me?
I'm not a sheep, by the way.
I didn't follow that.
None of it.
None of it.
Okay,
That's
fair.
I don't
a
know how
cold
to answer
place.
that question.
that is a cold place.
It is a cold place, even colder than it is here. So anyway, I've been doing molten core, which doesn't none of it. It's up north.
Oh,
You know.
yes,
know.
I know what you mean now.
Okay, so
She's having none of it.
So little gold making tips that I've been having fun with the last few weeks. Molten core, the enchants that drop there. I've been selling them for 3,000 gold each, but they're selling really fast. So I'm wondering if I should be charging more. So next one I get, I'm going to try putting up for like 5,000 or 6,000 and see if I get it. Because if I don't get it, I don't get it. I just relist it for something lower. We did that. We did that Blackrock Spire run the other day, and the Flask of the Titans recipe dropped. So I was like, I wonder if this will sell. So I listed it for 1,000 gold, and it sold within like an hour.
Should have sold it for more.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, there's never any of these up. So I'm like,
I think I passed on that. I'm going to stop passing on those things.
Well, you guys, we all greeted on it. I just
did
won
we?
the greed roll. Yeah. It's one of the few things I won from Sam. That's actually what made me think of it. And Mongoose.
There was
apparently
one
Mongoose
time we were in a
enchants-
dungeon, and I was greeting it, and then you needed everything
Well,
because you wanted to disenchant it to sell the disenchanting. What about me making money?
You
How
can't
come I'm not allowed
disenchant.
making money?
So here's the thing, because that was in Magister's Terrace. So I have a system with Magister's Terrace. If I do 1 heroic Magister's Terrace and 2 regular Magister's Terrace, it takes me about 40 minutes, and it gives me pretty much exactly the amount of enchanting mats I need to do 1 mongoose enchant. And I've been selling those mongoose enchants from between 450 and 650 gold. So that's what I get out of it. If you go in and you're greeting on all the BOP stuff, that all vendors for like 2 to 4 gold each. Do you need the 2 to 4 gold?
Yes.
Do
you need the 200 and whatever much you said?
Yes.
What's the difference between me getting the money and you getting the money?
I think
It's
you pretty
more
much
money.
just said it.
It's more money.
So then
Besides,
you should
those
split what you're selling the
So here's the
mongoose
thing.
for
I
with
do-
I hate
us.
to hear
I
you
do
guys talk
those-
about real money. If you're
I
about
do
fake
those-
money this way.
I do those dungeons every day for the enchanting mat so I can sell my daily mongoose enchant, right? So if I invite you along to try and get the mount and the pet, then I'm using up my cooldown for that daily Magister's Terrace that I need to get the Nexus crystals to do my mongoose enchant. So when you come with me to the dungeon, all I ask is that I still get my disenchant stuff.
What he's saying is you are a burden.
Yes.
Well, yeah. No, if for the heroic anyways, if you're with me, it goes much quicker. So you contribute
And what's her contribution worth?
a roll on the mount.
How many
Slash-
chances did she get to roll on a mount?
0 so far, but
So
you
what's her
never know.
contribution been worth?
We're not talking about Sam's value
Yeah.
in a group.
Anyway, I digress. Money's
then-
money.
I know. I just have my money making schemes that I like talking about.
Yeah, I tell you every day, I'm a little bit jealous that you have the paladin that has the ability to do these money making things.
You're the
And
one
then
who
I
picked
say,
the
why
rogue.
don't you roll a paladin? And you say no.
Right, I picked a rogue, and I wouldn't sacrifice it. I'm having fun playing it, but I'm
You're-
not complaining about your money.
You're allowed to play alts.
I don't have the staying power for a lot of alts, and I have toe rash.
That's true.
Have you heard anything
You should
about getting your
probably get a
druid
cream
over
for
yet?
that.
No,
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. They haven't really talked anything about that, but maybe someday. I did see some people on the World of Warcraft Classic Twitter in the last couple days posting polls like, should Blizzard put in the faction transfer, and people asking about the faction transfer again. So I know there's talk going on, but some people even mentioned like, oh, they said they were going to, but now they haven't. So like, I feel like there's been talk about it. I just don't know why it's not in yet. So do we want to talk about what achievements we've been up to, or do you want to do your Love is in the Air blurb?
either way. We got a lot of achievements. Let's all do our achievements.
Well, let's talk about what achievements we've been up to. What have we been doing?
I only remember one of the achievements I got.
Well, you've gotten a lot. You've
I
been
know,
going and
but
getting a lot of achievements.
Oh, I
What-
guess I've been
what's-
posting. Hold on. I got this.
What did you do yesterday, for example?
I fished in Iron Forge and got the old Iron Jaw achievement for fishing in Iron Forge, and I'm trying to get the Orgrimmar one, but that one's not coming.
And how long did that take you?
40 minutes. No. So 10, 20, 30 minutes, half an
30
hour.
minutes. Okay.
I hit my thing 3 times, and it's a 10-minute.
And during those 30 minutes, how many times did you complain to me that it was taking so long?
For 30 minutes straight. It was.
Do you know how long that achievement usually takes?
You're still working on it.
Like, people, like everything I've read, people are taking like 400 to 1,000 casts to get it. Like, there's people that are like, yeah, I spent 6 to 8 hours in Orgrimmar fishing for this, and I finally got it. Like, it takes a long time. Like, it's a rare catch, and most people don't get it within half an hour.
So is the
you,
Orgrimmar
you
one?
spent the whole half an hour being like, oh, this is taking so long, and then you're like, oh, I finally got it. And I was like, you got it already?
I know. When I.
I've barely worked on it, and you've did it, and I've spent double the time that you have. Like, I've done like 2 45-minute sessions in there fishing.
Did you notice anybody else in Orgrimmar fishing when you were fishing?
I thought. Was Toe Rash there? Or were
Nope.
you?
I am toe rash.
No, like Okona.
Okona.
Okano.
Okono?
That's outrageous.
Oh, we're ending the episode. No, we're not.
Were you there?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see you. I thought I saw someone go past me that said toe rash, but I didn't see the Okona.
No, it was Okona. I think I even waved at you. You didn't do anything, so I was just on the pier. You were over at the shore. Then I looked up and you were eventually gone. I said, all right, well.
Yeah,
I was hoping that old crafty showed up for me before it showed up for you.
Oh. Well, there was one time I
Old
was
iron
trying
tooth?
to... There was one of the daily, the fishing. I think it was I don't remember which one it was. And I was trying so hard to get it before you, but then you got it, and then I realized I didn't pick up the quest.
Yeah, that was the severed arm.
Yeah.
Severed hand. Yeah, you got to pick up the quest first. It's hard to do the daily if you don't pick up the quest first. So you got that achievement. What else have you?
I got the Grandmaster Fisherman. Finally got to 350 for fishing.
Which, okay, so she got that achievement popped up, and I was like, "How are you already at 450 fishing?"
It's 350.
And I was like, "Are you at?" Well, no, I was like, "Are you at 450 fishing already?" And she was like, "Yeah," because I think you thought.
But
it
I
was
didn't process
350.
what you actually
And
said.
I was like, "How are you already at 450?" I was like, "I do the fishing dailies every day. I've done some fountain fishing. I've done the fishing in Ironforge trying to get the Iron Tooth. I did some in Orgrimmar, I think. Maybe I didn't do the Orgrimmar one. But I was like, I'm fishing so much, and I only just hit 350. And you were like, well, then get the achievement. And I was like, but you need, like, 450, don't you? Like, isn't it for the max achievement? No, it's only to train the max level, which you only need 350 to do, which I didn't realize. So at like 351 or 352, I went and trained it, and I got that achievement.
Yeah, so they announced the achievements for Wrath of the Lich King, and then they're going to give you profession achievements right away just for learning the next level. I think those achievements should have come at the max.
Is there not an additional achievement for when you hit 450?
Nope.
Well, that's kind of silly.
Yeah.
See, I thought the achievement was to have 450 in cooking and 450 in fishing. I thought that was an achievement.
Nope. It's to learn it, to get right up to the... Basically, if you get the ability to go up that high, that's the achievement.
Oh, weird.
The achievement's not actually doing the work.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Pay to achieve.
What else have you been getting?
I got the fishing, first aid, cooking achievement.
Skills to pay the bills.
Skills to pay the
right.
bills.
Yeah, you got that at the same time as the other one, I think.
And then the other ones were just the elders. That's everything else that I've done.
And we'll finish the elders soon, probably.
Dead...
We got those dungeon achievements, too.
not Dead Mines, the...
Stockades?
Stockades.
Oh, I guess maybe... Well, I don't have my whole list, so I don't
Because while we
remember.
were running through getting Stormwind, we stopped and did Stockades.
Oh, I guess there was other dungeons, too, I was doing. You two both said I could do it by myself, so I tried.
You should...
I could kill the stuff. I just don't know how to get around to find the bosses
So here,
to finish.
Let me tell you about her Razor Fen crawl run.
No.
She crawled through it?
No, she tried to. I was like, yeah, you can do Razor Fen crawl on your own. Like, honestly, you could kill the stuff by accident. Just put your pet on defensive. You don't even have to do anything. Just walk through the zone, and you'll just
Defensive aggressive,
by
you said.
association, you'll kill everything in the zone. It's like level 20. And so she went and did it, and she's like, oh, I can't figure out where the last boss is, and she gave up. And she's like, can you come help me? And I was like, okay. So I flew all the way down there because I didn't have the achievement either. So I was like, I might as well. So we get all the way down there, and we go into the zone, and we're just running through. And again, this stuff's so easy. All I have to do is like spam my Divine Storm every few seconds, and it just kills anything within sight anyways because it has so little health.
It melts.
Everything just melts. And like I try so hard not to loot anything because I don't want all that stuff. Because nothing good can drop from there. Like, what am I going to get? Like, finish it with like 70 silver worth of like wool cloth or something? Like, I don't want to deal with that. So we get to the end, and we're going through the Bat Cave right before the boss. And we get right to the end of the Bat Cave, where you know how there's that little fake portal there? And then right across from it, there's the hut with the end boss in it. Sam was like, yeah, I got to here, and I got lost, so I turned around and left. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I couldn't find the last boss. I was like, you could see the last boss from here. You're standing 10 feet from it. And she's
I thought that was the portal out.
Yeah, she thought that was the portal out, and she had reached the end of the instance and just hadn't found the boss. So, yeah, you could have just probably finished it yourself. And then we went over and we got the achievement for Razor Fen Downs as well.
So the Razor Fens are done.
And you did Rage Fire Chasm.
And I got my up to Exalted.
Oh, your rep.
Ooh.
Thunder Bluff.
How hard was RFC?
Which one's RFC?
That's the one with the little level 14 mobs that we just kind of walked into, killed the boss with one swing, and then walked out. Where you had to kill the troll shaman, the trog
Oh,
shamans
okay.
and stuff.
You took me into that one because
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to find my way around.
No. I mean, it's not that confusing, but it's
Now,
fine.
now.
Sam. It's fine. And then she's like, "Oh, I need Wailing Caverns too. Can we do Wailing Caverns?" And I was like, "I'm not in the mood for Wailing Caverns."
I can run you through.
Okay,
Wailing
thank you.
Caverns. It's one of my favorite ones.
Thank you.
But here's the thing with Wailing Caverns. Every other instance that's low level, you can just walk in, walk straight to the end boss, smack them, and walk out.
Yeah.
Wailing
Boring.
Caverns, you have to go over here and you have to do this. You have to go over here and you have to do this. You have to go over here and you have to do this. And you have to go over here and you have to do this.
Oh, no.
Then you have to go all the way back here and you have
No,
to
no.
talk to the guy.
There
And
was
then you
only-
have to slowly wander into the thing.
There was only 2 you have to go over here's, and then you wander back.
Don't you have to kill all the all the ones that can drop the crystals?
You do the one side, then you come back to the other, and then you come back and get the guy.
Yeah, but there's 2 things to kill on each side. It's just so even at max level, it still takes half an hour.
No. It's 3 and 1.
I'll go with Al instead of you.
3 and 1 is 4.
Yeah, you said 2 things on each side. No,
That was close
it's 3
enough.
and 1.
And I always get lost. I always end up going the wrong way.
It's easy.
Okay.
I'm just going to use
It's easy.
I'm just going to use his lines back at him.
It's easy, but it's time consuming and time consuming and
Time
annoying.
confusing. That's
It
yeah.
is time confusing as well. I just don't like. I used to like Wailing Caverns, but I'm so over it at this point.
think because when I first initially played, I wanted so much stuff from my lower levels before I brought them up that I ran Wailing Caverns so much, getting the BOEs for them. And then when I was able to, I did multi-box at one point. And am I boring you?
No, I'm just tired for some reason.
Because you probably up late rating.
No, I wasn't. I'll get to that.
But no, I multi-boxed once, and I took some of my lower levels through. I tried to make a couple twinks. For those of you out there, twinks meant something else back then. Yeah.
What does it mean now? I mean then.
It's a low level geared up character.
Okay.
Typically level 19, could be level 29, but you're at the top end of a battleground, a PvP group. So, it goes 10 to 19, 20 to 29. But you're right at this top end, and you have all the best gear, so you're pretty much a juggernaut.
Okay.
And people get really annoyed with you.
Yeah. People are used to it at this point. It used to be more of a thing back then.
Yes.
It's not as people don't do it as much now.
Well, because at this point, they introduced the thing, okay, if you're going to twink, because we're going to give you XP.
You can turn that off though.
But if you want to turn that off and you want to do any kind of battleground, I don't know if it's the same now, but back then they said you're going to have to go in with like-minded people. So it's going to be twink against twink. Which,
Is
again,
there
people,
still
that
a
meant
thing in
something
place for
completely
that?
different back then. I don't know if they have it right now.
See, I haven't done many low level battlegrounds. I don't even know. But yeah. What were we talking about? Wailing Caverns?
No,
Yes.
we were talking about achievements.
Achievements, right. Have you gotten any fancy achievements this week?
I got a few.
A lot.
Well, most of them are elders, the same
No,
as you
they're-
got. But I got...
Some of them I didn't even know were a thing.
Well, I got the elders. There was one beforehand, the Sun Reavers, which you already had. I got...
That's the rep one, right?
Yep. So then you said you folks went out and tried to do things you didn't think I would do. So I looked and I said, okay, two can play that game. I looked for things that I didn't think you would do, and I did Grizzled Veteran.
Yeah, I don't know what one that is.
So it's the PvP quests in
Okay.
Grizzly Hills, and you have to do a bunch of dailies, but they offer them every day, so you can do it all in one shot.
That's what
Provided-
daily means.
Well, no, you know how you do some dailies and they
Yeah,
alternate.
like the oracles and stuff.
Yeah, so none of them are alternating, is what I was trying to get at.
Speaking of oracles, have any of us gotten our mount from the oracle eggs yet?
My egg is ready to hatch right now, but I don't know because
we
I've been
have
here
not.
recording.
Well, sorry.
Yeah, you're welcome. When I got Grizzled Veteran, I also got 15 Exalted Reps, to which I was all excited because Josh said, I'm not even close to 15 Exalted Reps. I said, really? That's surprising. He goes, yeah, I'm at 27. That's not even close to 15. Like,
Yeah.
You bugger, you got me.
I was going to tell that story if you didn't.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I got the Higher Learning.
That's the book one?
Yep. And I love it when you get recognized. So on Toe Rash, people would always come by and salute me. Titles or not, I am not changing Toe Rash's title. I am
What's-
Senior Sergeant Toe Rash. I got something that you can't get anymore, and I'm keeping it, and people appreciate it. They salute you and everything. This guy, somebody goes, oh, grats on the pet, all caps. And it was from Loot and Plunder, and it was I recognize the name, so we must have played with this guy. It's Rainier.
I don't recognize the name, but I'm bad with names.
Yeah, so it's called Higher Learning. And I love when people recognize you for your achievements. And I'm seeing a lot of achievements from you. Got Elders, 2 Honors, 1 Elder, so I finished that. I have a few other achievements in another spot here. What else did I get?
You don't track yours.
I keep a mental track of mine. I just haven't been posting them in the Discord. I don't.
Then what's the point of having it?
To discuss achievements. I mean, you guys are using it. It's fine. I don't want to like. You guys get all on my case if I start like posting like brag achievements. Like if I did.
It's the way you do it. You turn everything on to announce everything. I feel like I'm spamming. Look at me. That's okay.
Like most of my the achievements I'm getting, like I'm going to Alduar and getting like the cool achievements there.
Yeah.
I don't want to like post those and you guys be like, oh, look at you're not casual, you're raiding.
No, dude.
We do that anyways.
I know.
You know what?
So
you play the game the way you want to play, regardless of what we say. I don't have any real complaint. Yesterday was a little bit of a real complaint, but it was just yesterday. But otherwise, I don't care. Play how you want to play. Back to me. So when I got Higher Learning, I also got Shop Smart, Shop Pet Smart.
The extra pets.
Yeah, so I got 50, so I got a free pet, so now at 51. So I got Stinky.
The skunk?
You?
The skunk.
I think I'm still at like, I don't even know if I'm at 40 yet for the pets.
I'm only at like 27.
I did get the Magister's Terrace pet though.
Oh, what is that?
It's the Phoenix.
Oh, I want that.
What does it drop off of?
The end boss in Magister's Terrace.
Okay.
But it can drop in normal. I got it on a normal run.
Well, let's do that.
Normal, like, we can do that. And normal, you can run as many times as you want in a day. I know your characters both have the capability to solo it if you're ever bored and want to do it. But I do try and do the runs a few times a day for the enchanting mats anyways. So...
You say that, but I tried the Black Morass, and
you couldn't get the Black Morass done.
Well,
did you try it in heroic?
I don't think so, but they do damage to me. I mean, I can kill the bosses.
I guess you take more damage than I do, so I guess
it's not me. I can do it without dying.
No, I mean as a rogue.
Yeah, I can do it without dying, but if I stop to eat or heal, then things get off and they start attacking Medivh. Medivh dies.
Oh.
I'm like, oh man, I can't run up yet, because if I run up at low health, they do enough damage to kill me. I definitely have enough health.
How do rogues work? Do you have like self-heal stuff
No.
that goes? You don't have any self-heal stuff?
No, well, bandages.
Because I know with my rogue that I've been leveling, I have never used so many bandages on any character before than I do on that rogue. And I don't use food as much. Like all of my netherweave cloth that I get, because my rogue's level 68 right now, so he's still in Burning Crusade stuff. All of my netherweave cloth I just mail to my rogue, and after every fight and often during the fights, I'm bandaging. Like I'm almost bandaging on cooldown. I use so many bandages.
Yeah, I know. And you know how we used to make bandages and just sell them off when we made it for the achievements and for the skill ups? I now have bandages in the mail. Just stored in the mail for me to pick up, because like you with my rogue, I go through a ton of bandages.
Yeah, I mean it's easy to maintain because like you get a lot of netherweave cloth, just leveling and killing stuff in Burning Crusade, and like I run a lot of Burning Crusade era dungeons still, just because, like I said, for some reason people are willing to spend hundreds of gold on mongoose enchants. And as long as people are willing to spend hundreds of gold on mongoose enchants, I'm going to be running Burning Crusade dungeons and heroics. Yeah. So,
I don't know how to do Black Morass on my own.
Well, we can go right. Like it's easy to get to and to run. So
if it was a matter of killing the bosses and moving on, I'd be fine. But it's a time thing where if things get through, and things will get through,
kind of like Violet Hold.
The main boss is hitting me, and he's doing damage to me, and I'll do evasion. But by the time I go to the next boss, there's no time. Evasion's not up. I get damaged and I have to heal because if I run in, I will die, and it'd be embarrassing to die in this run. But Medivh dies, and I'm like, oh god, really?
Well, we can, and that's for your Karazhan attunement. You're still
Yeah,
trying to do,
getting the key, getting into Karazhan, because the key you need for the key achievement.
Oh, is that one of them?
Yeah. And again, and Lore Master as well.
Yeah, I wonder if you can do because I know the dungeon quests don't count towards the individual zone Lore Masters, but does it count towards the? Well, that's Burning Crusade. That wouldn't have anything to do with Lore Master.
Okay.
Because the Lore Master of Burning Crusade era, it's per zone, right? So you have to do X number of quests in this zone, X number of quests in this zone. None of the dungeon quests count towards those numbers.
Okay.
Like I've tested it.
All right.
There is the seeker quest for completing 3,000 quests. It does count towards those.
Okay.
Which each elder you turn in counts towards that as well. So if you
cool.
do all of the elders, that's like 75 quests completed towards
all my
that
elders
seeker
are
title.
done. I have done all the elders.
Because you are an elder.
And as I said yesterday, when I got the achievement and the title, I said it into the chat. I don't know. Yeah, I said it into the microphone. So it was just I said, finally, I have a title that fits.
Yes.
Elder Okona.
So we were doing the 3 Alliance cities together, and we haven't been to Darnassus yet. So how do you have your title?
Well, when I was doing the Kalimdor quests, I ventured up and I had to go through Darnassus to get it. So I just stopped by while I was there.
We have to do that today. We should try and finish. What else were we going to do today? I
Grocery
feel like we
shop?
had some stuff. You went grocery shopping yesterday.
I just bought snacks.
That was a lot of snacks.
Yeah.
So achievements, is that all the achievements you've done that you wanted to talk about?
That's all that I have noted there.
Because I got a couple cool achievements yesterday,
I got
like
some,
in raid, but I can't remember what they were.
I got some old UR achievements as well, 10 and 25 man, but I didn't record those.
See, because I've done Hodier a few times, but I must have done something different with like some of the buffs or something. I got a bonus achievement while I was doing Hodier. Like, not the hard mode. We didn't do the hard mode, but I got an achievement. I can't remember what it was because I didn't look at it at the time, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds cool," but I don't remember what it was. And there was a couple achievements like that popped up that I hadn't gotten before. But yeah, last night in our raid, we killed Mimron, and we usually raid 8 p.m. till 11 p.m. We killed Mimron at 5 after 10. And then the raid leader's like, all right, good night, everybody. We did well. Sign-ups will be posted for next week. And I was like, are we not doing Vezax? And he said, oh, I don't know if we're going to be able to do Vezax. And I was like, well, he's not that hard. Like, I've killed him on 25-man on my shaman. And, like, it's not that hard of a fight. You just need to coordinate a bit. He's like, yeah, no, it's not that hard. It's just all coordination. And there's a lot of different stuff you got to learn. I was like, sounds like a good opportunity to practice then, doesn't it? And a few people agreed, but he was like, no, we're not going to try it tonight. And I was like, okay. So we finished raid like almost an hour early and didn't even attempt General Vezax. So I was kind of like, why are we not at least trying this? But
speaking of Vezax, we should get through Encourage.
Because he looks like a bug?
Yeah,
we should. I want to get those old ones done. I wonder if I want to get like Molten Core and stuff done too. I wonder because I can't solo Baron Geddon.
All right, well, let's do a fresh run with all of us.
And me and Sam did.
We tried.
We did it.
We didn't kill him.
We killed him once. We couldn't kill him this week.
I don't remember that.
I'm certain we did. I know for a fact we did. And it's just it's weird. Like, he's weirdly hard, and I don't know what we're doing wrong on him. And I don't even know if the extra damage will help.
I want to do AQ40.
Because we're barely getting him down to half. But
which one is he again?
He's the one that makes you the bomb. But he's a fight where there's a lot of damage going out. Like, he makes people bombs, and he does a mana burn. I think it's the mana burn that's getting me. Because he puts a mana burn dot, and none of us have the ability to cure it. So basically, as soon as I get the mana burn on me, I'm doing the whole fight with no mana, and I can't do anything. So I get mana burned, and then I'm taking all this damage that I can't recover because I can't even use my attacks because I'm constantly, like, it's a dot that every tick it burns 400 mana and does damage. So, like, I can never get any mana. Like, it's not like a single cast mana burn that I can then recharge my mana. Like, I just have no mana for the whole fight, and I have no way of curing it. There might be potions I can take or something. I got to figure it out.
A mana pot?
No, well, even if I took a mana pot, all that mana would be gone in a few seconds because it's constantly ticking down. And it's not like having a few seconds of mana once during the fight's not going to cut it. Like, there's got to be I don't think I can do Barongeddon without someone curing that mana burn.
Yeah, you should see if there's a trinket or something out there that you can grab just for that fight.
But even then, like, I don't know how often he casts it. Yeah, there's got to be some way, like, because I feel like there's a type of potion that'll cure it.
I think so.
But I think I can only use one potion during the fight, so it depends on how often he casts it.
Well, a potion and a special trinket, and there you go.
Yeah, maybe.
And then you can throw in a little extra DPS.
Because I want to try and do the Thunder Fury quest, and he drops one of the shackles. So if I can't kill him, then I definitely can't do the quest. So we'll see. Did you want to talk about Love is in the Air before we finish up?
Sure. Well, how much time do we have?
I don't know. As much as we need.
Well, Love is in the Air is it's quite involved, more so than any of us really expected at first. So there's a number of achievements to get, and you got a while, and it's all really small on the screen. So Love is in the Air requires you to do a number of achievements, which, because I haven't actually done them yet, is very, very light here. But my love is like a red rose.
Yeah.
So you need to get a rose off of the first boss in UK, Bouquet of Roses.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, it's 100%
And
drop rate.
that only drops during the event?
Yeah. So it's 100% drop rate, so we'd have to run him a couple of times.
I know we have to eat candy hearts.
Yeah. I pity the fool. So pitying the fool, you basically, you go around, and you're going to have to edit some of these little out, but
I always do.
there's a love fool in different locations. There's a love fool in the Calling of Strathome, Wintergrasp, Naxxramas, Arathi Basin Blacksmith, and the Battle Ring of Girabashi Arena. So you got to go and pity those fools.
So do you just like emote pity? Or
Or
is it like the Elders where you talk, or there's like a quest?
It's probably an emote. I mean, some of these things people have to look up, but I believe it's an emote. There's a part where you have to do Fistful of Love, so you're going to have to throw a handful of rose petals onto certain race class combinations. The achievement will tell you what they are.
This game has a lot of things where you have to target specific races.
Now, rose petals, as well as other things that you need, drop in some of the daily quests and some of the pledges of adoration that you get from the cities.
So are they specific Love is in the Air daily quests?
Yes. And the pledges of adoration you'll get by giving love tokens to civilians. I'm not sure if you get it from the guards.
I don't know. Guards, by definition, are not civilians, are they?
No. But you can give a token to both a guard and a civilian. They do different things. Then you got the Rockets Pink Glare, which Sam will like this one. You got to shoot off 10 love rockets in 20 seconds or less.
Oh, that sounds a lot like something from the Lunar Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it took me 3 tries to do it.
Yeah. But now you know how to do it. And this is one you'll like as well.
Three tries on a 20-second limit? That's like a whole minute. How did you not give up and quit the game?
Okay, so for those of us not privy to it, that was a pretty good look that you just gave them. Then you got to eat the 8 bag of candy heart candies listed below. So each candy heart has a saying on it. You have to eat 8 of them.
So where do you get
each
these
of them.
candies from?
Again, the daily quests.
Okay.
And
So we have to do a lot of daily quests.
Pledges of
Now,
adoration.
do you get one candy or do you get like a bag of candies?
It's a bag.
Okay.
But you'll have to keep doing it. You won't get everything off in one shot.
Okay. I've never done this, so that's why I have questions.
You can. You also have to do Sweet Tooth, which is eating some chocolates. Again, those are in the box of chocolates, which you get from quests, and also for.
Saw your tonsils there.
But the box of
I
chocolates.
don't have any tonsils, so how did you see them?
Yeah. The box of chocolates does not drop in the gifts of adoration, though, just from the daily quests.
So where do the gifts come from? The gifts don't come from the daily quests?
They come from the daily quests.
Oh, okay.
And so you have to eat 4 of the chocolates. Now, one of the chocolates is the Buttermilk Delight, but there's also a thing, Lonely, which
That
I
sounds
guess
disgusting.
Hold
I can
on.
do.
Buttermilk chocolate?
Buttermilk Delight.
Sounds disgusting.
That sounds weird.
It's keto.
Is it?
Speaking of chocolate.
there is a lonely achievement where you can enjoy a buttermilk delight, so you can get both of them done at the same time if you want, with someone in Dalaran at a romantic picnic during the Love is in the Air celebration. So you get a romantic picnic basket, which come in your gifts of adoration. Now, I was reading online.
And you have to do this with somebody else?
Yes, so somebody else has to sit at your picnic and do it with you.
That was something else that we had to do for Thanksgiving. Didn't you have to sit at a table with somebody?
Yeah, we had to sit at a table and we had to pass food or something.
Yeah.
Food.
So is it something similar
Or
to
throw
that?
food,
Yeah.
food fight.
Now, what I want to point out here, because there's a lot of notes that people did not get this at first, you have to do this in Dalaran. Because there's a lot of people that do it in Orgrimmar. Oh, it didn't work. No, in Dalaran. So again, just want to iterate that you have to do this in Dalaran. At this point, if you
So
do it
it
anywhere
specifically
else,
says in the achievement to do it in Dalaran?
yes,
And people were confused by this?
yes. Well, because they don't read everything. They just set it out and then they don't get it. It's like, oh yeah, I have to go to Dalaran. Then you have to flirt with disaster. This is fun. So this is flirting with disaster involves you probably revisiting an NPC you haven't visited since you bought your first pet.
I don't remember what my first pet was.
So, flirt with disaster. You get completely smashed. Put on your best perfume. Throw a handful of rose petals on Jeremiah Payson, and then kiss him. You'll regret it in the morning.
So is that the cockroach vendor?
That is the cockroach vendor in Undercity. Very good.
I don't know if that was my first pet or not.
Probably.
That wasn't my first pet.
Well, we pretty much shared, but way back when, it would probably be everybody's first. Oh, look at this guy sitting down here selling cockroaches. Because he's easier to find than the prairie dog. And easier to find than, what did Orgrimmar sell?
Snakes.
I don't think I have a prairie dog.
From Thunder Bluff, you do. We went and got them together.
Okay.
Once you do that, you have to get shafted.
What's that mean?
You shoot 10 players with a silver shafted arrow.
Oh, yeah, I did see that one and I thought of you. Because you're a hunter.
So now, it's a gift-giving quest that you get, or you get it, gift-giving quest. Okay, I don't know what that means. But you also get them in the Pledge of Adoration. Now, there are some funny things about this item, which are probably not intended, and I pretty much just quoted that off of Wowhead.
I was expecting a wafer.
Yeah. If you jump while casting this item,
Casting what? The
silver shafted arrow,
Yeah?
it will not consume the arrow, so you can spam the pedal feet pet. Oh, and when you shoot somebody, it spams that little pedal feet pet. So whether they change
Spams
that...
the what?
Sorry, say it again. You had your
It spams the what?
pedal feet pet. Pedal feet, the little flying goblin. So when you shoot the shafted arrow, it takes an arrow out of your inventory. But apparently, if you get out of line of sight or jump when shooting it, it doesn't consume the arrow. So you don't need 10 arrows. You need one, just casting it properly.
So where do you get these arrows from?
You get them from the Gifts of Adoration, and I think the quests, but I'm not 100% sure about the quests.
Sounds like a complicated holiday.
It's
There's
not.
a lot to it. There's a lot to it.
These things, these are effects of the arrow. You just shoot 10 people with the arrows is the simple thing. I'm telling you what these arrows can do.
Oh, okay.
If you do a lot of PvP, so you remember that one NPC in Dalaran that we make fun of? It's the rogue that has a pet in the sewers.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. We make fun of them?
Well, I certainly brought it up because, if you go into PvP and there's a rogue out there stealthing around but has a vanity pet out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
So, you can use it on players of the opposite faction. It doesn't count as PvP action. So if you're in PvP and you shoot a rogue with it, if they stealth, they have the little pedal feet following them.
Oh, okay, that's actually kind of funny.
Yeah. Then you have the Nation of Adoration, which you complete a lovely charm bracelet, daily quest for each of the horde capitals. Now you get these charms from killing NPCs. There's a lot of things you can look at. There's some places, apparently the Ulduar, the part of Ulduar you don't like, can net you a lot of charms. The vehicular combat. So just get those, make bracelets, hand them out.
Why does that get you a lot of charms?
I don't know. I just told that it was.
Weird. Okay.
So it says the easiest way. Go into Ulduar, take Demolisher, kill mobs at the beginning. You'll get thousands of charms in 1 hour.
Weird. Okay.
Then you have Dangerous Love, which is assist the Steam Weedle cartel in stopping the sinister Crown Chemical Company plot. Which I think starts with either the quest Dangerous Love or Uncommon Sense. I think Sense is in
And
smell.
these are specific Love is in the Air quest. So they
Yes.
wouldn't be in until today.
Yes. So Uncommon Sense, I think, is the one that we're going to do. I think Dangerous Love was old school. So Uncommon Sense is eventually going to lead you into Shadowfang Keep, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't get a big read
the
up on
boss
it.
in there, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's got a green, purple, and main boss, which I think we can 3-person.
There's a lot at this point that we can 3-person.
Yeah. And then last but not least, Charming. Create 12 lovely charm bracelets, which you'll be doing anyway as you're doing the ones that you're giving to the Horde Capitals. Now, we have to kill Apothecary Hummel. I think you can do that daily. They drop some nice higher level items.
Oh, yeah, you linked those to me the other day.
Yeah. But basically, there's 3 bosses. You can do it with DPS, but you get 1 DPS to take a purple potion and tank Hummel. Apparently, that won't even hurt him all that much, except for from the exploding ads. And then you take a DPS with the green potion and have him tank Baxter. So then you kill off the other guy, and then you go after the other 2. So I guess the purple potion and the green potion will negate some of the damage that they will do. There's going to be a lot of AoE damage going on the floor.
And doing him with these different potions is an achievement?
No, it just makes the fight so easy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I said that's the entire thing I have.
Now, what are we going to do together? And actually do together?
We should
Well,
do
a lot of this stuff is just dailies that you just pick up and collect things.
Yeah,
But
Shadowfang
the dungeon
Keep.
We'd have to.
Yeah,
Okay.
we should do the dungeon once a day together. Easily.
And if we want to, we could arm ourselves with air. Why am I covering the microphone?
May I?
Yeah.
It's because I was chewing my chocolate, and I was covering the microphone earlier while I was chewing because I didn't want to pick it up, and then I started covering the microphone every time I talked. Yeah, a lot of this stuff's just daily stuff that we're going to be doing to collect things. If we want to, we should get ourselves stocked up with arrows and go on like a hunt.
Okay.
Arrows and hunt for what?
One of the achievements was
the
to
achievement
shoot people with
to
arrows.
shoot the people.
Apparently, one of the that was gross. One of the race class we'll have to look it up. One of the race class combinations, which is hard to find,
Which one was that?
is a human death knight. So I wonder if that's still true.
Human death. Can they be?
Any race could be a death
Oh,
knight.
okay.
Well, here's the thing. If you can't find one, you just have somebody that you know make one. You can do as you want. This is what, when Sam bought groceries, she bought
They were
big
2 for
tins of
$10.
chocolate. Really?
So this
Yeah.
$5 for this thing?
There's another one in his drawer.
Can you go get me one?
They were at Sobeys.
And so we got
Josh asked for chocolate. Where'd the little one come
been in
from?
there since Christmas.
Oh,
And
Josh asked for chocolate,
Oh my
and he
gosh.
wasn't specific.
this is what keeps me awake during raids. I have a drawer full of chocolate.
Good for the figure.
Yes, it is. So do we have anything else to say? Because we're kind of over time, and I feel like we've started just kind of rambling and eating chocolates.
There's a lot you can cut out of this one.
Oh, I know. I have a lot. I have so much work to do. What's the green one?
As soon as you release this, let me know. Because
Oh, the hazelnut.
I will put the video backdrop up as well.
All right. So, but yeah, I feel like I'm going to cut us off.
That's outrageous.
Every time.
It takes so much effort to get you people to say these things sometimes.
What?
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for listening to Mere Casuals, a World of Warcraft podcast. Today's episode has been brought to you by Mere Casuals. We can be reached by email at merecasuals@gmail.com or search Mere Casuals on Twitter or Facebook. Please leave a like or a review, and we look forward to hearing from you.